Look at that. Now that is the look of an engine that produces 700 horsepower, and it's a B58. One of my favourite engines ever produced. And I'm here in Crewe at More BHP reviewing this beast. Let's get into it. Hello Mike, how are you?
Hi Max, yeah I'm good thanks, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, good.
Good.
Thank you for letting me come down and get a feature on this incredible build.
Well, it's a pleasure.
Of, well, a BMW Supra, should we call it?
Yeah, that's it.
Now this is running high power.
Yeah.
Just to let the viewers know, what power is this Toyota Supra running?
It's currently running just shy of 700 horsepower. So the last time we measured it on the dyno, I think it was 685 horsepower, something like that. So. And
the torque figure?
Torque-wise, we're making around about 850 newton meters of torque. So
a very healthy, very powerful Toyota Supra. First question I have for you, Mike, is what's the reason behind the build?
I always wanted one of these new Supras. When they came out in 2019, I just thought they looked really cool. And with it being a BMW underneath as well, we know what we're doing in terms of the tuning of the car. Love the engine, love the way it looks. Just wanted one really, and wanted to see what we could do with one. I've tuned quite a few of them abroad and in the UK as well, to be fair, but I just wanted my own really, just to try out a few new things and see what we could get out of it really.
Well, I think you've gone for the best colour.
Yeah, it stands out, doesn't it? Nitro yellow.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
I've always said the best colour to get the Supra in is the yellow. I do like the red, I will admit, I do like red, but you know, if you're going to buy a Supra, you want to stand out a bit, don't you?
Definitely. Yeah.
So, with this now running, let's say, close to 700 horsepower, what modifications have been done to achieve the power? Okay,
so first of all, it's got a Pure Turbos Pure 800 hybrid turbo. It's got a full exhaust system, which was handmade by Overkill Performance in Milton Keynes. They've done a fab job of that. It's got a full CSF cooling suite. So that comes with the Race X inlet manifold. And it's got 3 of the radiators from CSF as well. So it's like a full suite from them. It's got injector dynamics, 1000cc injectors in the rail here, and it's also got, controlling them is a motive reflex which lives under there. And that's it really in terms of modifications. In terms of the gearbox, it's got a G80 M3 gearbox, which is quite cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was the kind of logistics around that? I mean, in terms of, was it kind of plug and play, bolt on?
Yeah.
Straight swap?
I mean, the stock gearbox would probably just about hold the power and the torque that it's making at the moment, but I know from experience it will be right on the limit. And that's one of the things I wanted to try, you know, on my own car to see if I could get one of those gearboxes to fit. In terms of bolting up, it does just bolt up.
So is that the first in the UK with a G80 gearbox?
Yeah, it's the first one in the UK with a G80 gearbox. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah.
So with all these modifications, I thought you were going to carry on going, and for the power it's making, considering it's what 340 stock, no, a little bit more, aren't they? Stock-wise.
340 these ones.
Yeah, so say the 340 stock, considering it's running almost double the power. Well, yeah, double the power.
Yeah, we haven't really done an awful lot to it at all. No.
No, that's what's really impressive.
Yeah.
But I would have imagined these modifications are quite expensive. So for this Supra to produce 685 horsepower, how much are we looking at?
I think you're looking around about 10,000 in modifications.
In the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, without the gearbox, yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, that's actually not that bad.
No. Yeah, if you want to have some fun with these B58 engines, then it doesn't take an awful lot at all. So, yeah, really happy with how it's performing, and yeah, it's a good fun car to drive.
Yeah, which we'll see very soon. That's really surprising. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
£10,000. Obviously, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But to get close to 700 horsepower.
Yeah, if you want to double the power of your standard Supra,
yeah,
it's not too bad at all.
I mean, most cars, you have to spend a lot of money to get that sort of power.
Yeah.
Or to get double what they come from factory.
Yeah.
So for anyone with a B58, someone like me, who's obviously bought an M140i, who's yet to touch the engine side of things, what would be your recommendation for the best first modification to do to a B58?
The first thing I would do, I'm not being biased here, would be get the remap on the car.
Yeah.
Because the bang for your buck with a remap is phenomenal. You know, you can come for a remap here or wherever, and you can spend 500, 600 pounds and leave with another 100 horsepower, 100 horsepower from software alone. So there isn't anything that you can do that gets that kind of power and that sort of results, really, in terms of a bang for your buck.
So you're running out of a good power, let's be honest, good usable power just about for the road.
Yeah.
Would you plan to go for more power than what it is now?
Yeah, we're a bit of a crossroads with it, really. We're at that stage where more power is going to cost an awful lot more money.
Yeah.
So as it stands at the moment, I think it's a good level for a road car.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what we've got planned for it in terms of whether we start drag racing it, you know, properly, see what we can really do with it.
Yeah.
Or we just carry on using it as a road car, really.
So in terms of drag racing, I think you've done some quarter mile times on this one, haven't you? So what are we looking at?
Yeah, so we've done a 9.9 quarter mile on the last event of the year at Santa Pod, so I'm pretty happy with that. For the mods, it's got a 9 second Supra. Yeah, it's brilliant. I'm chuffed with it.
Especially with it being rear-wheel drive as well, so it's hooking and it's doing the power as well.
Yeah, well, we had some drag radials on it for the day.
Yeah.
So, Mickey Thompson tyres. Yeah, so they helped, definitely.
So just a 685, is that pump or is that?
That's it's like an ethanol blend.
Blend.
We run about E40 to achieve that. You just buy a tin of ethanol and you can put a tank in and it's you can have some fun with it.
There we go. Well,
and it's also worth mentioning it actually has an ethanol sensor in the fuel line.
Okay.
So you can get to the track, pour a tin in. Mm-hmm. The ECU will actually detect how much ethanol's in that fuel line, and we can set it to deliver, you know, what power we want at different ethanol levels. So we get to the track, pour the ethanol in. We literally don't have to do anything else. It mixes itself, and the engine will analyse that ethanol content and work out what power it can deliver.
That's impressive.
So it's a flex fuel tune for the car.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's cool.
So how does this compare power-wise to, let's say, the fastest Supra in the world? What is the most power someone's got out of one of these?
There's quite a few people in the States who are tuning these. I mean, if you look at what they're doing, they're miles ahead of what we're doing in the UK, and quite a few of the cars over there sort of inspired me to get one of these, because you see them in the States and they're wheeling down the drag strip. Looks really cool, and they're making sort of 1,1500 horsepower out of a 3 litre. So some of them are stroked engines, so they're 3.4 or 3.2. But yeah, they're making crazy power. So this is a bit of a baby, really, when you compare it to those. But
wow.
But yeah, they're making some real serious power.
They are. Well, talking about power, should we get on the road and experience what it's like?
Yeah, let's get it on.
Let's go. Right, let's get on the road, Mike.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, on the inside, it's exactly like a BMW, isn't it?
I know. All BMW steering wheel, gear lever,
infotainment.
Everything's BMW. That's what I like about it.
That's what I like about them as well.
Yeah.
A lot of Supra diehards would be like, oh, I don't like that because it's a BMW. But for us BMW enthusiasts, it's actually quite nice.
Yeah, and you got the BMW engine as well. Gearbox, drivetrain, diff. So that's what prompted us to get one, really, because we wanted to see what we could. Well, we knew what we could do with the B58 engine, but we haven't done as much with the Gen 2 as we have with the Gen 1.
And what are the differences between Gen 2 and Gen 1?
I knew you were going to ask me that. There isn't a
fuel pump being one.
Fuel pump's one of them. It's one of those things where the more you look, the more differences there are. In terms of part numbers, the completely different.
Oh, really?
In terms of the general layout, they're not so different. The Gen 2 comes in two different flavours really. You've got the one like you've got in the Supra, which is like a high compression 11:1 engine. It's got like a 2-port cylinder head on it. A lot of people will know what that means. You've got like an integrated exhaust manifold in the cylinder head.
Okay.
And what that means is they're really good for emissions. They heat up really quickly, but they're not so good for making huge power.
Oh.
I mean, this Supra now, we've got it running about double what they come out of the factory as. But to push any more really starts becoming hard work. You can't really get the gas out of the engine. And then the other flavour that they do is what you get in an M340i or an M240i, where the compression is slightly lower, so they put different pistons in it. And it comes with a slightly higher output, I think it's about 380, 390 horsepower from the factory. But that one has actually got a 6-port cylinder head.
Right.
So if you want to make big power on a B58 Gen 2, then you need the 6-port version.
340i.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got a slightly lower compression, so if you could get an engine with high compression and that cylinder head, then that would be the golden bullet for making good power, really.
Got you. You would not think it's running 700 horsepower at all. You just think it's a stock car.
Yeah.
Like the exhaust isn't droning. It's got a nice tone to it, but you wouldn't think, oh, that's 700 horsepower worth of exhaust notes.
No. Well, Overkill Performance in Milton Keynes just built as the exhaust, so it's a valve exhaust. We're just in comfort mode at the moment, so it's just no louder than stock.
I'm sure it'll change when you put your foot down. Yeah. So is it valved?
Yeah, it's a valve system. Yeah, so you just put it in sport and the valve's open, which is what I told them not to make it too loud. I don't want anything too crazy. But yeah, they've done a really nice job of it.
I'd agree with you.
Put it in sport mode.
Yeah, you can feel it.
It's a bit louder now, and the changes are a bit more aggressive.
You can feel it.
Yeah, we've put a G80 gearbox in this car.
Have you?
Yeah, out of an M3.
Oh wow!
So it's as you were saying about everything being modular on. Whoever was saying being a BMW, it just fits in.
Well, let's feel the power.
Yeah, let's go.
That was rapid, but it felt safe. It felt good.
Yeah.
Because it was progressive. It kept coming.
Yeah.
But it was just nice. A nice power delivery.
Yeah. It keeps pulling all the way.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Wow. And there was no traction issues there.
No. I was actually quite surprised because it's not been the best of conditions, has it, today?
No, it hasn't. No.
Ready?
Let's go. Those gear shifts are so snappy.
Have you ever driven a G80?
Have I? Yes, I have.
Yeah. When you put it in position 3,
yeah,
they're really, really aggressive. I've never felt, like a automatic gearbox, especially one that's like a typical torque converter type of gearbox, be so aggressive. And that was one of the problems with the software we had with this. It was almost too aggressive at first, because you're taking a gearbox out of a big heavy G80 and putting it in a light Supra. In that position, we've set it up so it's in position 3 when it's in sport mode.
I bet it was too aggressive.
Yeah, and it just wants the wheel spin a bit everywhere. But yeah, I actually managed a 9-second quarter mile in this car at Santa Pod this year. So
good going, that mate.
Yeah. You can hear on the videos the gear shifts are just crisp.
Now obviously the B58 is a single turbo setup, twin scroll, or whatever.
Yeah.
The S55, S58 is twin turbo.
Correct.
Why do people convert those S55s and S58s to single turbo?
I think most people do it for the noise, don't they?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I had a F80 for about 8 years, and I remember when they first came out, there was a big complaint about the noise. You know, after the V8 of the E92, it was a bit of a. People thought it was a bit of a downstep in the noise, and the reason was because it sounded like 2 3-cylinder engines.
Yeah.
Because of the twin turbo setup, and the N55 at the time actually sounded. Well, I thought it sounded actually better.
Interesting. Yeah, it did.
Something that you found in an M135i, and everybody wanted a bit of a better noise, and that's why people convert them to single turbo. And then the S58 came along, and I think people got used to the noises that they made, and it wasn't so much of a complaint when that came out.
Yeah.
But people wanted big power then. You know, the chassis, the X-Drive chassis.
Which has a better power delivery, twin turbo setup or single?
Well, the twin turbo, the stock turbos on the car spool up a hell of a lot quicker than what you get on a big single.
Okay.
But it was almost too fast in a way. It could catch you out quite easily. The single turbos,
progressive.
They're a lot more progressive than people think. I know you went out with Tom in his F80.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And if you actually ever drive one, they're quite. They're not as aggressive as you think. I mean, they do make some serious power, and you can get yourself into a bit of trouble with it. But they're actually quite. Well, the ones we've done are quite smooth in the power delivery, so it's not too bad. It doesn't catch you out quite as people would think.
Get it? Oh, and obviously, as you said, the noise is better.
yeah, they make some really good noise, especially with a couple of screamer pipes on.
Yeah. I remember Tom's. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That thing.
Oh, he's unreal, isn't he?
Well, Mike, I'd like to thank you for bringing your Supra onto the channel.
Yeah,
It's been a great experience, and I think this is probably the way you've tuned it up. It's perfect for the road.
Yeah.
And it's frightening enough.
Yeah.
But not too frightening to scare you. I mean,
no.
It's been good that the conditions have been dry, so we can put the power down, which has helped, of course.
Yeah.
Considering all the rain we've had recently.
I know. But yeah, thanks for having me on the channel.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
And for anyone watching, check out Mike's business, More BHP. And if you want your car mapping, you are the guy, aren't you?
Yeah. Yep, thanks very much.
Get on the rolling road.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon. Thanks, guys. Press the subscribe button and leave a like on the video, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.